Look at the sunrise. The sun is rising. The time right now is 6:30 a.m. in the morning, and I'm in Tena Fields. This area is called Tena. It's a field, a public land where people play football, people come to relax, and right now there are people in the field trying to exercise, do some exercise. I don't want to record them because it won't be so good without them knowing. I've remembered a very funny and interesting story about this field that I am in. There was a time a friend of mine and myself, we got arrested in this field. You see, on the entrance, if you come into this field, there's a corner right there where there is a police station. For the people around this area. So one day we just came parking here with a friend of mine, and we were in his car. Actually, he was teaching me how to drive. All of a sudden we hear somebody knocking the window, glass window. Kumbe, it was the police, the area police of this place. There were three policemen, 2 men and 1 lady. And you know what they were asking? They told us, get out of the car. So we get out of the car, and they tell us, you guys are under arrest. And we asked them for what? And tell them, Julia Mbele, just go forward, you will know ahead. So we were like, no, you just need to know what have we done, because we were just parked on the side of the field and we're just having a good moment. And you know what they said? You know, we are arresting you because we suspect that you guys are rapists. And we're like, aye? What do you mean? Yes, you people are being arrested for rape case. And we were like, but we don't even look at us, we don't even look like rapists. What do you mean? And they're like, in the past few days, rape cases have been reported in this field. And you were like, guy, you guys are not serious. Like, people get raped in this field. What do you mean? And the police were like, you will know what we are talking about ahead. And they handcuffed us, took the car key, and one police drove the car to the police station, and we got arrested. And that is a story for another day. It was very funny that we got arrested for rape, and because we were just sitting in the field telling stories, we were actually relaxing after riding. My friend was teaching me how to drive. Very funny. This field is very funny. We paid a lot of money to be released so that we could not go to court the following day. Let me tell you, Kenyan police, if they want to make money from you, they will do it, whether you like it or not. They can arrest you for a mistake that you did, yes, but the moment you get in the station, your mistakes will double or triple. And for you to get out of that place, you have to pay a lot of money to that police station. Very funny. So good morning and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Maybe this is your first time here. Karibu sana. My name is Devance Ogweno, and this is Devance Empire. Today I just wanted to start this video differently, and I wanted to do something unique. I didn't want the sun to rise while I was in the house. That's why I left the house to come out into this field just to do this video. There are so many distractions though, but that is not an issue. Let's just continue, because this is the life I've chosen to live. So I want to give you a story, a short story about how my friends betrayed me in one way or another, in a way that took me a long time to heal. I remember in 2020, a friend of mine came to me begging for assistance in my house. And when he came, the issue was very, very, very funny. He told me that there is a lady that is claiming to be pregnant for him. I strongly believe that the pregnancy is not his, but the lady came claiming that the pregnancy was his, and that her parents have sent her out of their house to go and live with the person responsible. And since this lady was sure that the person responsible was this young man, this friend of mine who came to ask for my help. So she carried her bag and her belongings from their house and just walked in straight to come to the man's house. And the man was shocked. The man here was jobless, didn't have a job, cannot even feed himself, cannot pay the house that he stays in peacefully or with ease. So he felt like that was going to be a challenge. And what followed next was him actually quitting. He left the house with only his phone and a few clothes in his backpack, because he didn't want the lady to know what plans he had. So the man came to my house and said, Dave, I need you to help me, and where you're going to come in is in this particular place. Now I got myself into some very terrible mess, and I'm wondering how I'm gonna get out of it, because I cannot actually, you know, survive it. So he narrated the story for me that this girl who was claiming to be pregnant for him, they only had a sexual intercourse once, raw, yes, but the previous other times they used to use protection. So he says, the girl says she's pregnant, and to him he feels like the girl is not telling the truth, because he met the girl when she had other partners. So I tried understanding this boy, because he was kind of in a depression mood, and all that he needed at that particular time was consolation. So he told me, let me stay at your place here so I can think and figure out how I'm going to manage that current situation that has actually befell him. The first day came, second day came, third day went, first week, second week, 1 month, 2 months, and I just found out that this boy was not going to go any soon. So as we were staying here, I was the one who was paying for the bills. I was the one who was getting out, going to get dirty, to pay the house bills, to pay the electricity, to buy food and everything. While this boy was just in the house, probably browsing through his phone, sometimes just, you know, watching movies and having fun in the house. So one day when I felt like the burden was becoming too much for me, I asked the boy, you know, it's high time you get a job, something that can bring money, because on my own I cannot manage. And now that Corona has hit, things have become so tough that I cannot even pay my own bills comfortably. I am struggling and I need your assistance. So can you get out there, go get a job, something that can give you some money so that we can survive, and you help me in the paying of bills. You know, one thing I didn't notice is that that statement alone was enough reason to ruin our friendship, because from that point things began being very weird. The boy started leaving the house, yes, going to like someone going to get a job or find some way so that we can survive, but he was pissed off, he was hurt that I sent him to go and get a job for himself. But did I even seem to care? Yes, I was so much concerned. I wanted to know why he received the information in a different way, and it bothered me so much. So when I asked what's the problem, and he was like, Atibona, you don't even see that I'm stressed up, you don't see that what I came into your house so that you can help me, and now you're sending me away indirectly, because they say, oh, a person sending you away doesn't tell you go, doesn't tell you leave, but through the actions. I said, no, I'm not sending you away. I want you to man up. I want you to get a job for yourself. Help me pay the bills. And it took him time to digest all this information, and when he actually digested it, he came to me one day that he got a job. And I was so happy for him, and the job was in a cloth making company, and he was supposed to be paid over 20,000 Kenyan shillings. That is the equivalent to $200. I think it was roughly 26, it was between 23,000 to 26,000 Kenyan shillings. That's a lot of money, because the house we were staying in, it was not even a quarter of his salary. So meaning I saw a bright future. I felt like, if you can get this job and work for some time, you can help me pay my house bill for some time, because we were behind on arrears. We hadn't paid rent for over 3 months, and we were just in the 4th month, and things were so tough at that particular time. So my landlord had sent me several threatening letters to vacate, to leave the house if I cannot continue paying for my house bills. Things were so tough. Very, very, very tough. And so I told my friend that, you know, when your first salary comes, you're going to help me to pay even for at least 1 month, if not 2 months. Just that will depend on your choice, but I'm only asking for 1 month, which was 6,500 Kenyan shillings. Remember, his salary range was between 23,000 to 26,000 Kenyan shillings. All I was asking for was 6,500. So he told me yes, he will help me. My friend, things became so tough. Things became tough that I couldn't even afford to put food on the table. Yani, it was tough. It was very difficult for me. But for my friend, his life was going on. He would leave the house in the morning and come back in the evening. Sometimes when he has already eaten. Me, myself, I have not eaten. I have not even had any meal for myself. My friend had other friends here in Nairobi. So what he did, he would just go visit them and stay and spend some time with them in their house, and find something to eat in the house. So after eating, that is when he would come back. So when he comes back to the house, he behaves like he hasn't eaten anything or he hasn't tasted anything. So I assume we're in the same situation. So I would go even 3 days without eating a good meal, but for him, he was safe. So he would do every day. That was the routine, a whole month while he was working. Now came the week when he was supposed to get paid. That was the same week that auctioneers were supposed to come and auction my property for failure to pay my house bill for about 4 months. And I talked to him. I told him, you know, the auctioneers were here this morning, and they brought these letters and they marked my property, things that they are going to acquire or take so that they can pay their house bill. So when your salary comes, please assist me, pay even for 1 month, because times are tough right now for me. COVID is here, no jobs. The government has put us on lockdown. Things are tough. He still said yes. I was given 2 weeks to clear my bills. This boy or friend of mine, he got paid. After getting paid, I noticed that he wasn't coming to the house again frequently like he used to, because salary was already in his bank account. All that he needed to do was just to go and withdraw 6,500 and give me. I didn't want to push him. I just let him use common sense, because this is a song that I've been singing for him, and he knew the situation that we were in currently. So he leaves the house one day and fails to come back for a whole week. I try calling his phone, but he doesn't receive, he doesn't pick, he doesn't even, there was no sign of any conversation. Like it was like a situation where maybe he didn't have a phone, or maybe he could have changed his phone number. So now I went silent. I was also confused. I was wondering, like, could he have been kidnapped, or what could have happened? Did anything happen to him? What was wrong? After a week, he comes to me telling me that, you know, Devance, I'm very sorry. That time when I left your house, I went and met a few friends of mine. They lied to me and set me up, and I got arrested. I used all my salary to get bailed out from jail or from prison, I don't know. And I asked him, how did it go? So he tells me he went to a club the day he got paid. no, not the day he got paid. The same week that he got paid, he went to drink with some of his friends in a club where they made him spend almost half of the money that he had earned on paying the bills there. And then I don't know what happened. A friend of his gave him a bag, and out through this bag there were things inside that were stolen. And when the police were doing the tracking, it was him that he was found with the bag, and he got arrested and what, and he lost his opportunity to, you know, he got arrested. After getting arrested, he lost his job, because the job you're only allowed to be absent for 2 days. More than that, they assume you're not part of them anymore, so your name is deleted from the system. So here he was, he came back again, that he has no job, he's back to square zero, because all the money that he was paid, he no longer has it anymore. Wow, I was shocked, so shocked. I was like, so when your money, you had this money you were paid, instead of you to withdraw the amount that I asked you for first before you start squandering this money, you thought that it was wise to go and have drinks with your friends and come back to me after the money is over. So how do I help you? Wow. This world has very funny kind of people. Sometimes you sacrifice for people, you take them as the first priority. You feel like, me, this little money that I earn, we are going to survive with it, because I don't want my friend to suffer or to feel any pain. But it's different. It's the opposite on your friends. Them, their priorities are different. When they have a way, or they're in the position now to be the one offering help, they will change. And I learned a lot from this kind of friendship. And I felt hurt, I felt offended, but that was it. Long story short, my door got locked. The auctioneers came, they took what they could take, and they left me with what they could leave me with. And through a few other friends of mine that I had, that was Brian Agus and Amston Ouma, those were my friends. They helped me transfer the remaining things that were left to the house that I was going to stay at that time, and that was in studio where I used to work. And that was a life lesson that I'll never forget. Friends in this world can bring you down, or they can build you. The ones I've had, most of them have brought me down. But I am praying and trusting God that one day they shall live to harvest that which they plant. Guys, be careful of the people you call friends. And until next time, always work hard and be nice to people. And remember that nothing is impossible. This is Devance Empire. End of discussion.